back to Daytime. Well, if you're in Cambridge and you're down around the Park Hill Dam, you'll notice a beautiful memorial area there. It is the Dave Nicholson Memorial Monument that is printed. And earlier this year, D3 Artworks was commissioned to paint an original work, and there it is, of that beautiful area in Cambridge. And it was to mark the 10th anniversary of the Park Hill Dam tragedy. Hard to believe that Dave Nicholson and Mark Gage, it's been 10 years since that whole event occurred, but now we're turning tragedy into triumph, and we're going to find out all about that right now with my next three guests who join me right here. From D3 Artworks, lead artist for the project, we've got Rick Murphy joining us. Good to have you here.
Good morning.
Lisa Talbot is the executive director of Kidsability. Good to have you along again. And also Molly Hutchison, who's with D3 Impact as well.
Hello.
Wonderful to have you. And this is really the team that you've put together to take this lovely print, by the way, Rick. It's a beautiful print of that area in Cambridge. And now we're turning this whole story into really a good news sort of story, Molly, and making it a very positive thing to help out some great kids in our area.
It is. It's, as you said, it's hard to believe that it's been 10 years. And I think anybody who lives in the community and has been here through that time, as soon as you hear that, it really takes you back to that moment in so many ways. It was powerfully emotional on so many levels. And what's wonderful about this project is the Waterloo Regional Police Service approached D3 Artworks, and the artists there, Rick, who's here today, and Alison Sparks and Debbie Humphreys, who are back at the studio, to prepare to paint this painting, to come up with the concept. And the prints that have now been made as a result of that original painting are being sold in support of Kidsability. And it's part of an ongoing fundraiser that's been in place since that tragedy 10 years ago. This Dave Nicholson Memorial Slow Pitch Tournament has been in place and has been going on each summer. And this is the sort of the next wave of fundraising that's going to be offered for folks to be able to support Kidsability. And as you said, take a tragedy and turn it into a positive.
Yeah, when you hear about Dave Nicholson and find out a little bit more about his background, you know that kids played a big part in it. I mean, being a father himself, and he was really a hands-on dad and loved his kids. So to be able to take these prints and to benefit other great kids in our community, it seems just like a natural. And the painting itself, Rick, it's just a beautiful memorial. It really is well done.
Yeah, the nobility, I guess, is representing an artist and the team of artists that worked on it. It was a wonderful and enjoyable experience. It was challenging to be able to come up with that one defining image that would represent this campaign. A dear friend of mine, an old friend, Tony Camilo, who works with the service, had approached me. So I was very flattered that at the 10th anniversary, I was able to contribute my talents in trying to find what that image was going to be. Beautiful place in Cambridge that I grew up, and it was marked as, you know, a very dark moment, and for me to be able to turn it around and work with Debbie and Allison to come up with an image that really showed the beauty and it's so approachable, and to take that image and be able to work it over to a positive.
So we have the original, and now we have 589 reproductions, and that number 589 is also very significant.
Yeah, it's the badge number, and it's something the police service wanted to put forward. It takes a lot of time to be able to sign each one. There's a lot of care put into the product, and I think it was worthy. It's Debbie and Allison's first limited edition print as well, and I really think it's being well received in the community. So I'm very, very happy that the profits are going to Kidsability.
And that brings us back to Kidsability, Lisa, and the great work that you do for kids. And, you know, I'm very familiar with the facility you have in Waterloo, but also in Cambridge and in Guelph area. I mean, you're working with a number of kids, and the monies that come for these prints as well as other donations couldn't come at a better time for you at Kidsability.
That's correct. Serving Waterloo Region in Wellington County, we see 4,000 children a year with physical, developmental, and communication disabilities. We see about 1,000 children in Cambridge, so we felt very privileged to receive this support in Dave's memory. And as Molly mentioned, for the past 3 years, we've received the proceeds of the Slow Pitch Memorial Tournament in his name. So it seemed a natural fit, I think, for the Police Service Association to choose Kidsability to continue to receive the proceeds. And it's a living legacy to Dave that these donations will continue to help children in our community.
Well, and I think for his family and so many friends, you talk about the police services, so many of them who, you know, were comrades and worked with him, to be able to see this positive note come out of this, because you're right, Molly, at that point in time, it was such a hard time, and I remember being glued to the television set and watching everything that transpired through those days in August back in 1998 down at the Park Hill Dam. And now to be able to look at what's happening and what's come out of this and see that monument and the hope that can spring from that, it's so wonderful.
I think it's really inspirational. I think it calls up the best in all of us when we think about what happened that day, the human spirit and the emotion that was put forward. I think at this time of year, as people are trying to think about Christmas purchases and what would be a wonderful, thoughtful way of not only contributing to an organization in the community, but buying a gift that's meaningful. There are so many things to choose from, so many options in terms of gifts to give to folks. But I think it's a beautiful scene that just captures the moment in such a lovely way.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. Not only, are you making a wonderful donation to Kidsability, but this is a beautiful piece of art. And Rick, you mentioned the team that it took to put this together. How many of you were working on this to get this all completed?
Yeah, sure. Debbie and Allison and I have been working together for many years now. And it was a wonderful process to be able to break it down to come up with that defining image. And the human response to color and shape and really making it maternal, having the circular monument focused and really drawing your attention to having the dam focused in a positive way, raising the camera up high so you're looking down from a spiritual point of view, really capturing the color red.
See, and for people like me who can't even draw a stick person properly, to see that image and everything you've done with it, and just, it truly is, it's just beautiful and would be a lovely addition to any home. So let's let people know how they can pick up one of the 589 signed prints of this beautiful painting.
That's right. They can call the studio, which is 519-624-2302. If they'd like to have a chance to look at it a little more closely, I know we've shown it on screen, but another look can be had at our website, which is www.d3impact.com.
And it's true, because it really, until you see it in person, it doesn't do it in, the justice that you really do to see it. So, and remember that the proceeds from this are going to Kidsability to help some pretty wonderful kids in our area and make a difference to them and getting the help that they need. Thank you to all of you for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're going to be back in a moment. Stay with us.